sit back here. Oh.
Yeah, are you still here?
I don't know how you do the live thing. I got a problem with that.
There we go. All right. Just going to get the smudge going for you guys. Get it kind of waiting for people to come in. I know that people are, left messages in regards to them being back shortly. So if you guys have things to do for the next, I don't know, say 5 or 10 minutes, feel free to do anything you wish to do. While I get my session set up for you guys tonight. Well, welcome to the channel. Anybody new here? Very relaxed channel. We have a good time around here. We deal with the truth, and accuracy is a very proper, or something that happens a lot on this channel for a lot of people's energy. So I'm just going to give the area a smudge, clearing away and opening up energy for the readings to take place. We're inviting the spirit and ancestors, creator, angels, whatever the angelic realm has to give us, and as well as our gatekeepers. There's all kinds of different energy that are around at any given time for you. You can even have like your gatekeepers looking after you at one point, where they're in charge of that crossing from spirit to they're your gatekeepers. I don't know how to explain them, but they come through and they reveal themselves usually as like a strong energy. Or you might have your what do they call it? The heavenly angels coming down to help you and assist you in your journey. So I'm just an energy source for that energy to manifest the messages through for people that need them. And I do it with the utmost respect and dignity and accuracy that might blow some people's minds. But don't think too much. Don't worry. Don't think it's going to be anything that's negatively affecting you. All right, so I'm going to pull this a little closer and finish my nice smudge for tonight. I'm going to do it a little different tonight. I usually am talking about the journey all the time, but I just want some insight into, these endings and getting the energy dealt with, and whether you want to keep it with you as a memory energy or if you want to keep it as a personal experience energy is totally your call. we get to just kind of hang out with our guides tonight, which can be take any form, right? So with that, and Daisy, you're here. Sounds good. So yeah, so we're just gonna get things started. I gotta fix my camera here. I gotta make it a little adjustment there so you guys can actually see me. So yeah, so hang on one sec here. Let's go a little bit back. There we go. All right. So this is kind of in the way, isn't it? So let's see if we can kind of move it away from being in the scene. There we go. So now we can do the readings. So how is everybody doing, Daisy? How was your Thursday? And Heather, how have you been? I haven't seen you in a while. It's been a while, a very long while. So yeah. So how are things been with you, though, Heather? I know that you were having a really rough time the last time that I think we saw you on the channel here, and then you just kind of fell off the face of the earth. We don't like it when people fall off the edge of the earth. Okay, we get really concerned, because that means that you didn't have a bungee cord to get back up. So always make sure when you want to walk off the edge of the earth, make sure you have a bungee cord so you can just bounce back up. You know what I mean? Don't want to, end up having to send out, the crew to go and, rescue you, because it would be hard for me to rescue you from where I am compared to where you are. But I can send you some vibrational good energy to keep you busy. It was a nice day, wasn't it? I noticed that yesterday was awesome because the sun was shining. I felt very energetic and got a lot of energy from the sun, making a visit. We have been having a lot of rainy weather and really depressing kind of energy. You can't really pull any energy when it's wet outside all the time. So, anything new? Have I seen any bizarre videos? That's the one thing that I do a lot of, is I watch a lot of different YouTube videos. And some of them are just, are you fucking kidding me kind of information. I always question sometimes the way that people, pull their information and then they send it to the masses, and it's just like, that was supposed to mean what, huh? Where did that have to fit into anything that I was searching at the time? Oh, the cops are coming for me, guys. Gotta go. Gotta get out of here. The cops are here. Oh yeah, they're pulling somebody over. Trying to pull somebody over. Tried to pull them over here, just outside my window here, but then you see it stop, and then you see them all racing off, and you hear the engine. See? High-speed chase now. I betcha. Here they all come. Listen closely, guys. Oh, here we got an ambulance coming. I think this one. Or it's a fire truck. I don't know. I haven't seen it yet. More cops. Definitely more cops. Holy shit, a squadron of them. Well, at least it wasn't at my door. That's messed up. That's 5. Was that? I think that was 5 that went by. Was it? Because it went one and then it went another one. So was there 4 or 5 that just went by altogether? That's weird. He had him pulled over. He had signaled for the guy to pull over. So I guess the guy pulled over and then decided to gun it and took off. Because they were stopped right here. You could see the lights flashing in the back of a sign that's just outside my window. You could see the reflection of the lights on the panel. So that person is definitely, probably has a warrant for his arrest, or he's committed a robbery, or he's just wanted by the RCMP for a stolen vehicle. Those are probably the only 3 answers that it will be. But hey, who am I to say anything, right? We have a very busy corner where I live. It's like a main place. That's all you listen to is sirens after siren after siren, which is lots and lots of people doing bad things. But anyway, a 187 on a cop. What does a 187 mean? I'm not up onto the codes that the RCMP use or whatever. So what would be a 187 on a cop? Is that the in pursuing a chase, or in what do they call that? Not pursuit, but I can't remember what they call it.
Oh.
Anyway. What? What do you mean? A 187? 187 on a cop, and then you said to shoot him? Oh, well, I'm joking. Oh my god, I was like, what the fuck are you talking about, shooting a cop? We had a cop actually get shot the other day, and he was actually one of the transit cops for a local transit company that he was shot doing his doodly deeds. His doodly deeds at the SkyTrain, and I guess he got shot, they're in the shoulder, or it was in the neck, one of the two, I can't remember. But this is like a week ago. This happened at one of our SkyTrain stations out here. They had the whole place shut down for most of the day. Couldn't get trains were having to fly through, and you had to get off either on the stop before you hit that station, or you had to get off a stop after. They had that whole station closed right down, so you're just trains are still going through, but they're not stopping at that station. And that was early in the morning. I think it was like happened at like 8:30 or 9, first thing in the morning, with the morning rush and everything. So the trains were they were functional, but I guess it limited because of the incident that happened. They did get the guy though that did do the shooting. They had like this live feed of showing of a young adult going in and out of the transit link or the transit station, which was like I think a block or two away from where he was, where he actually did the crime. So he was going towards Burnaby, I believe it was, is what they were saying, something about that. Not 100% sure, but they did have videotape of the person. Couldn't really see his face, but it's hard to say. If they did catch him, I hope they did. I haven't heard anything, but I haven't been paying attention to the news. I don't like listening to the news in the first place, for the simple fact of all the negativity around it. So yeah, I'm just gonna kill one of these lights because it's really bright in here. I hate having like floodlights on. It's almost like there's floodlights in my house. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
There.
I can get that on. I like having low light in the evening, and I can just like relax. You don't really need a lot because I'm already on. Oh, I meant to show you this. I finished the boy one. That that I do all these dream catchers and such. Guess I need the light on for this. Hang on. Oh, I hit it this morning. There it is. So I finally finished it. So this is the one the little boy one. See if I can get it into over there. Okay, so it's kind of hard to see, isn't it? But this is the little boy one. Let's see if I can hang it and take you guys over there. Oh, you can see it. There you go. So that's the top. That's the top of it. A little nice beading. Done it in white and blue. I have the little girl one that's pink and white and gray in the bedroom. But that's for a little boy's room. For like a little baby that's freshly born and needs protection and guidance. Leave it on. That's okay. All right. So, what's going on with everybody today? Oh no. Yeah. So that one is for sale as well. I'm thinking about actually taking them all to an actual what do they call it? It's on my phone. Taking them to like a little flea market that's local here and going and selling them. So that's what I'm trying to figure out. That is situation. So yeah, we used to actually be able to actually listen to scanners when it was involving all these kind of things, or you'd find out about it really quick. As far as the cop thing, I think it must have been a good chase because when you're calling in, other cops have to join in the chase. They will. That's quite apparent. That's nothing new here, though. Okay, so let's Oh, I feel so relaxed. I had a nibble before I started today, which is, makes me feel a little bit more calmer. No, my tummy's full. It's not gurgling away. So let me see what kind of energy. We should have a lot of energy going around because they went by here pretty fast, leaving energy behind, right? So I'm kidding. We're gonna find out what's in store for us. Why are we just feeling so um, feeling of like, I don't know, the vibration I'm picking up on is kind of like contentment. Like I'm content. I'm excited. Um, relaxed. Not wanting to take on too much of an energy cycle, especially with talking with other or seeing other readers talk about it on their channel. That the retrograde is going to kick us in the ass for the ones that are able to channel that energy. And I noticed it. I was very couldn't sleep last night. Was tossing and turning. Was up and down. And I even took a medicine to go, my sleeping pill to go to bed because I was having a hard time sleeping, and it didn't work. Of course, it didn't give me that extra oomph to be able to go to sleep. So I was up and down for like hours on hours. I'd lay down for like an hour and sleep. Then I was up again. Then I went and laid down again. It was like I should have just sat and done like total readings all the way through. Oh, got the Hierophant turning, flipping in the wind here. So let's see what the energy is calling for us today. I'm going to try and take this a little bit slower today, not so rushed, not feeling like I have to be rushed a lot. And what is what is it with, I'm not the only one that's experiencing this. I've seen other readers also say that, when they're doing readings, that clumps of cards will come out, and I've been having that happen to me probably for the last week, where, I'll get a jumble of cards and there'll be like 5 or 6 cards in one. See, like this little stack. There's, how many cards in there? There's 5 cards. This is what I mean. So 5-card Monty, or are we playing the 5-card Monty, or what are we playing? You know what I mean? All right. So if that's the case, we're playing a Monty. Well, let's see what these cards have in store for us, and what direction are we going to be able to, see ourselves going when. Because now that you're basically almost, it's like you're done your spring cleaning. Now it's time to get kind of in the groove of everything, and just be appreciative for the balancing and the energy that's going to come inwardly as we go through this. As I say, Mercury retrograde. I don't really deal with astrology at all, so I just know there's a retrograde going on somewhere, and I can understand that concept of the energy being pulled. Makes sense. It does. Okay, so the first card up for this energy reading is the Wheel of the Year. So this is what everybody's challenge is to achieve what they want for this year ahead. It's being in reverse because it's allowing more time for this to actually come into play. For some people, feel that a lot of people are waiting for the sign to be able to move forward, and it's like everybody's sitting at the starting gate, and you're just waiting for that gun to go off just to start on your next journey, right? Or your experience, and just wanting to feel like you got to have the get up to go, or you're feeling like you're being held within that space by your guides. Could very well have an influence on it. Making sure that everything is, all your T's are crossed, dot your I's kind of energy, making sure everything is in sequence and cleared, and honestly working. And that you're honestly working towards, having new things come into your life, and have this experience be the best experience of possibilities that will arise for you, right? So it's definitely standby. So it's like you're sitting on standby waiting for a jet, or you're waiting for your or a plane ticket, to kind of change where you want to be. Instead of just doing it through meditation, you can actually take a trip, a holiday, and be grateful for that energy to be provided to have that experience and expand yourself. I love it. Like when I took my journeys and I went, to another country, it was an experience in itself. I got to go to Singapore and Malaysia. Jakarta. Jakarta was a very dangerous time when we went. It still is. And I went back, last time I went back, I think it was in 98. 98, 96. Yeah, it was 98 that I went and took my kids to Singapore because I was married to a gentleman at that time. So for those of you that, are trying to get in touch with the feminine side of yourself, or, the more emotional side of things, I feel that that's also been kind of put on hold. It hasn't fully come full circle yet, so there might be some things that still need to be kind of tidied up a bit, or you're just patiently waiting at the starting line, with this Queen of One energy, and her being very supportive with, she's got fire behind her, and she's a very spiritual, laid back person, relaxed, chill. Doesn't worry too much about, situations or anything and how they're going to play out. She just worries about what she needs to worry about, and that's it. Not into the drama, not wanting, to be stuck in situations where there's drama or there's, gossip or anything. She's just like to her own. She doesn't want to deal with the drama. She's sitting, you know, on her little throne waiting for the Mr. Right. Like she's very open and maybe searching for that person that, she's worked so hard to get here, and now you're just waiting for that final, snap of the wands, and it's like almost you can touch it. You could reach out and touch it and feel like you could grab it. But, that's the energy that you have to grab and pull into yourself to keep yourself moving in a positive direction or with positive energy. And, women working towards becoming a queen of energy, is what a lot of us are trying to do for the female point of view. Okay, so this is just the female side of things. We're using the female version of the tarot deck, and we're going to pull the masculine out after that and see what's going on in the masculine's life. Then we have the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. Things might be not as in tune as you thought. You're realizing that, this is going to take a lot more energy than what is required to get it to work and find the balance within it. It's like you have to go back over and check something that wasn't done properly. So you're rechecking and making sure that you did the stitching pattern or whatever you are working on here, right? Creating a pentacle or, but I don't see her doing the pentacle thing. I see her creating on a material. So creating maybe a needle point, or your fine-tuning your skills onto actual fabric. And, this is what you want to be able to do, is continually move in a direction that you're able to manufacture your pentacles and understand where you're getting your... It's like your source of income is going to change. It's going to come in maybe a little bit differently than what you're used to. Like you could be creating, say you're an artist and you paint or something like that. But this is just like a metaphorical sense of, making your journey be distinguished by yourself, right? You're working hard to get this as your internal energy wants. You want it to be around and part of you. So which, this energy that's, maybe holding you back, because I do have a lot of cards in reverse. Like we have the Ace of Pentacles now, new beginnings after the Eight, reviewing everything, and then getting kind of like the go-ahead to move forward in a project, is what I'm seeing. That's something that's you've been requested to do in order to, start the new beginning. And that's what I was talking about when in the title was finding closure on your past, right? This is what I think a lot of the energy has to deal with, is that these energies that are residual with you, that have been with you now, and you're trying to create beyond that and let it go, and clearing that energy away from you, to keep yourself moving. So the Six of Swords, going and disposing, like I feel like this boy is going and disposing, the things that he doesn't need, and he's taking them to where maybe he can find somebody else that can use them more. Maybe he's going to like a market for energy, or, he's willing to sacrifice his energy and his swords for the pleasure of being in your company kind of energy. But doesn't have to. That's the thing. You don't have to literally go and give it away or just hand it off to somebody else for them to deal with. You have to face them, because the energy that's attached to these are your experiences that you've caused with these swords that you have. And you really have to start focusing on the internal self. The internal self is the only one that you have at the end of the day that can assist you in anything that you're doing. If you have a supportive partner, spouse, or children that can be of support too, by all means, go for it. But I think this is just allowing yourself to actually be held accountable. And then the Nine of Cups. So definitely the ends are coming, like the closure and the ends, and getting closure on your past, like a throwback Thursday. I'll throw out every single Thursday from this point forward back. You know what I mean? Because now you've got the Nine of Cups. And this whole energy for the female, if it's like you're pointing forward in a direction, even though these are reversed, but it's like the layers of what is coming forward, right? So, just kind of see if we can get you guys to see that. So up here is like your general, right? This is your energy that you're holding on to, but it looks like it's like an arrow, right, coming towards me. But if you think about, if you were to be me, which I am you right now in this position that I'm in, it's showing that it's all, perfectly coinciding with each other. There's a lot of energy still at work here. That could be the new energy in the first line, that fire energy to get you moving, and this is what you're really determined to do. But you're still having to wait for have to rely on others to, let go of the energy that is attached to you as well. And in that meaning that, people have to, take what is theirs, take what is yours, and not to be worried so much about your self image on the outside, but to be able to internalize everything and be able to understand it. This Nine of Cups that's coming, there's the end is here. There's a definite end happening as we speak. The energy is being let go, allowing for a fresh, crisp kind of energy to step in place and take it from here. It's like a relay race. You're passing the baton on to the next person, that could make use of the energy or use of the sources that you guys have created for yourselves, and just offering it up. Like every time it's like you hand the baton to the next teammate, you hand it to the next person after that, after they've done some work, you hand it so that they can go in and work with it and see where the energy is in a wand, like a baton, but you get the idea. So the Six of Swords is feeling like he's not actually going to be enough to make you happy. He's kind of wondering if he should just like take it and run, not to bother coming into the energy that he wants to just kind of paddle his way out. And he's got way too much baggage right now that would probably affect the relationship right now. But you're at the Nine of Cups. You understand that there's situations and things that you want to keep, that you don't want to have to give away, but it's time to clean out the old energy. And if it's in relation to a breakup or something, definitely reevaluate it, see what, if there's possibility for communication or anything like that. Just be aware of that, that for yourself, and allow it to happen, because maybe the person is trying to release the energy, and that person could also be coming back in coming back with his energy. And that's why things don't get finished and closed out, because other people are holding on to it, and you have to literally cut it. You don't have to cut the cord. Like Daisy was saying to me yesterday, she wanted to know about cord cutting, and after finding that information for her in regards to the cord cutting and why, and how you really shouldn't actually be doing it as well. I didn't even know that much either right now, but I've even cut a couple cords in my life that I'm glad that I did. Okay, so somebody that wants to demise or spoil your happiness, or take advantage of you, is causing a lot more people becoming vocal and not being taken for such an idiot, like being the fool on the other side of the card, but be aware of what you're bringing forth. Okay, just because the cups are empty right now doesn't mean that you can't refill them with new energy and the new beginning, right? So if you want to leave your cups empty and have kind of your backup set up, for whatever energy you're going to start pulling into your life and putting in your life suitcase, you can put it into these cups as well and keep it for easy access kind of energy. But I feel that she's not satisfied with where this Nine of Cups came from. Okay, like she's got this kind of coy look at her, and she's looking at the cups like, do I really want to do this again? Do I want to experience anything? What is it that I'm trying to fix, or what am I trying to bring out of myself that I can, kind of manifest into an actual physical energy and assisting within, right? So she's having a hard time picking. And these cups aren't very big. These are like little baby cups. So like taking baby steps with relationships or situations ahead of you. Like they're just small little chalices that maybe, after time they actually grow into a bigger one. You advance in your levels to be able to take a different level of energy and work with it, right? So that's, and I feel that it's a lot. You're feeling kind of worn out, but you're kind of like, you've done this before. You know how it goes. You really don't want to have to go through it, but you're going to do it anyway because that's just the way it goes. And this is what you have to do in order to move forward and have a clean slate, right? So if you've got that energy and you've really worked hard at getting it displaced, by all means, be grateful. And like I was saying the other day, like I even have still a lot of spiritual, what was the word of the spiritual constipation of spirit. And what I mean by that is your energies, your experiences are all being mashed down. Like you've got like a big potato masher pushing everything down and down, down, down. And then all of a sudden you're trying to pull the energies up and it won't move. Like it's so jam packed, full of every experience that you ever had in your life. And now you've got pulling it out and it's like, and I don't like to be graphic, but you get the idea when I say spiritual constipation. This is just staying here. It's not coming up. It's not gonna, it's not rising up as fast as you want it to because it's all the stuff that you have gone and compact down, and now you can't access it as quick because it's so compressed. Um, so feeling that you're having a harder time possibly manifesting this nine of cups. It's either it's going to return back to the way it was, or you're going to go back to whoever you were having this one thought on, the cup in the middle. There's a lot of focus going on the singular cup that's away from the others that has been singled out by you. You see if the cup, I don't know if you can see that, but there's a cup in front of her and she's trying to figure out which is the better deal out of all of these experiences in her life, and people, persons, places, things, relationships. And it might be going back and wondering if I would have changed this in this relationship, it could have turned out this way. Now you're really reviewing your life and wanting to find movement and be taught in a way that you can move, by the right teacher, the right person that can give you that information. And sometimes you have to go out to other places, other resources to get information to kind of help out, because we're all like big antennas kind of thing, right? Like we're just like pulling down the energy, but some of us don't know how to comprehend it or how to decode it or how to make it so it benefits your soul, right? And to have cards all in reverse, but they're still pointing towards you. These are layers that you're currently working on or have been working on, and allowing them, like the Nine of Cups, then it now becomes the top of the pyramid, focusing your energy on what you want to achieve in this life, and have almost like your reset is ready to go, so you know what you want to do on the next challenges in your life that are going to come forward with the new beginning. With the Ace of Pentacles and the Six of Swords, I do feel that you know how to manifest, and you're working at it hard and trying to determine what ones stay and what ones go. Okay, and that's the same thing with the Six of Swords, going out on the water. What can stay and what can go? Because there's no room in there for this person to even bring somebody into that little canoe of his, and enjoy life and just paddle along the river and just enjoy the nature of things, and letting them go. Though you have to really allow yourself to keep the ones that were beneficial to you on your journey and get rid of the ones that weren't. Like seriously, you won't miss them. Right? It's like it's kind of like what my cat went through. Put it into correlation that way. It's like taking on my cat, her energy when her kittens were actually adopted out. And then we have the Page of Wands here, so there's a young energy coming through for you guys. It's like, hey, like somebody you don't even know. It's just like waving to you, going, hey, the page. But it was like, I could see and feel the feeling that my cat had when, you go and do something, you leave, and you know that something is there that you want to keep, but then somehow it manages to elude you. Okay, so then you come back and it's like, but I wasn't even gone that long to make a difference. And my cat would sit there and she would cry because there was only one kitten at the time for a little while there. And so she'd find this little monkey, this sock monkey that we have for her, and she would call and call and call and asking for, where's the babies? Why aren't they coming? And you could hear her actually being, send you that questioning, and she just looks at you and says, where are my babies? Like, knows that they're gone. And, she did that for a good week after we ended up adopting her kittens out to good homes. We did. But that's what I'm wondering, if the layers underneath are part of your foundation, right? With this Ace of Pentacles and this fire energy, and having, everything of your wheel of the year coming into focus for you. Are you ready for the foundation to be built? Are you ready to be able to stand on that foundation and create from that point? What are you still requiring out of this whole experience that's got you kind of, sitting back and being too relaxed, not really getting anything going yet, like just sitting there and expecting things to just drop into your lap. Well, I guess you could sit and try and see what happens. But, you know, do you really want to sit around and wait for this to happen? Or are you going to go out and make this happen? This is creation. This is what you need to create worlds for yourself or different experiences for yourself. And they require all the elements. Like each and every sign out there has a group of elements that they would belong to. Like we've got the air group, we've got the fire, we've got the earth, and we have the water. All four elements sometimes have to be, put together to actually start your creation, or starting to find the tools and the accessing your resources to be able to have this creation start. And maybe that's why you're just patiently waiting. The Queen of Wands is still just patiently waiting for her moment. And she's sitting back, she's chill, she's cool, she's got fire behind her. So this could be a fire energy that, she's kind of turned her back on, and making them realize that, this is not how it's going to be done. It's going to be done how I expect it to be done. I am the queen. I am the hierarchy of you. So you have to sit and make sure that it can pass through me, or that I give it a go ahead, right? So it's like authority, like an authority figure, that's becoming the Queen of Wands. And then the Eight of Pentacles in reverse might be the time just to focus on, the details of yourself. Stop making, everything for everybody else, and start creating for yourself to make yourself happy. Engage in situations that are more pleasing to the soul than what you have in the past. And the Ace of Pentacles being above the wheel of the year, and the Queen of Wands is basically relating that, the universe is going to provide these resources, but you have to understand when to take them and when you can use them, right? The Six of Swords, releasing the energy, taking the masculine, have the masculine take over, you know, their side of the experience, to make this all possible. Like you're in the Nine of Cups, looking over everything. You're overseeing all this going on, and almost like giving people direction as to how this is going to work, because it's mirroring the Queen of Wands with the Nine of Cups, right? So you know that you have these two energies. So it could be an earth energy, and it could be a fire energy that you guys are trying to manifest a complete situation going together, right? So you have two different elements, and how are you going to make that so that it works for each and every one of you? That's where the rule. Oh, I got company. Okay, so hang on a sec, guys. 1 sec. Okay, guys, I have company here. They're picking up an item, so I will get back to you guys. Just give me like half an hour.